Hey, it's Tracy Knight, and I'm going to show you the top 10 toning moves that you can have during this holiday season. So I'm going to demonstrate 1 through 10 as it's listed. We're going to start with something called hovers. The first one is called an elbow hover. Okay, here, all you need is a mat, and we'll work with body weight. Here, the forearm is on the ground, the elbow is on the ground, the fingers are spread out wide, the feet are on top of each other. So when you have it, you just position to where you can see my feet a little better. Here. And I'm just going to rotate this down just for a sec. There we go. Better position. Okay, so we're here. And you're going to have your feet straight or bent. Straight. Elbow. We're going to lift through. And the side is going to squeeze and the hips are going to go to the ceiling. Bring it down. Notice that I'm not stopping, I'm just hovering on the floor. And do your reps. It's almost like a side bridge. Now, for the full, you're going to come up on your hand. From here, you're actually going to start and you're going to push through and hover down. Notice how it's a more range of motion. Now, for the power move, we're going to take it, drop it down, and lift. It's a difficult move, so just give you an idea. You're going to do both sides. After you completed your reps, you moved on to the other side. If you need to, you have the knees bent. Make sure the shoulder and elbow are in alignment with each other. Now the next one is a wide, narrow, and tricep push-up. I'm going to come at an angle here, position my mat. I'm going to be wide. I'm going to demonstrate on my knees, so you can place a mat underneath your knees. You can fold the mat, like I'm doing here, to have a soft cushion for the knees. Here you're wide. Feet are up. Notice they're not crossed, but they're here. You don't want the hips to be make sure they're aligned. You're here. Hands are nice and wide, wider than shoulder width. Down. Notice I'm looking slightly ahead. My chest will lower to the floor and come up. I'm going to do 6 reps, and I'm going to move it in to where my hands are under the shoulders or shoulder width apart. And again, I'm going to go down. Notice the elbows go out. I want a diagonal motion. I don't want my elbows to flare out like in the wide push-up, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on the shoulders. Instead, I want to in a diagonal. And then move your hands in to where they're right underneath the chest, and your fingertip of the index and the thumb are going to come together. Place right underneath the shoulder. Squeeze the elbows around the rib cage and pump for the tricep. For the power move, you're going to come off your knees, be on your toes. In a wide position with the feet. Down for 6. Bring it in for 6. Tricep is really difficult, so you might want to go back to the knees to do the tricep. Now, you're going to go from wide, narrow to tricep, then you repeat the process. Go from the last one that you did, do 6 reps, shoulder width apart for 6 reps, to the first one for a wide push-up. And do 3 sets of that. And rest 15 seconds in between each one, because it's not an easy one. But it will sculpt your arms really nicely. Okay, so we have a 1-arm push-up. Again, you want to be on your knees. You're going to take a block. I here have a yoga block. or you can do a step. Now with the stair, notice the difference between the height of the yoga block and the stair or step in your house. So you want to remember that's more of a range of motion. So if you have a yoga block here, and you are wide, or wide stance, and one arm push up, right? Or you can come up on your toes for the power move. And if you do one leg for a second power move, it looks like that. You can do all the reps at one time and do 12 reps. Or I'm going to show you a cool variation. Using your household step, bring it in. I'm going to hold for, on this case, I'm going to hold for a 5 count. I'm going to pulse for 5, hold a 5 count. I'm going to do 3 sets of that. So hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pulse it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back down, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way up. Notice I never quit. I always stayed in motion. So when I held for 5, I went straight into that pulse for 5, brought it all the way back up, and then went right back down into the hold for 3 sets. That's the variation. If you want to do the power move, remember, it does put a lot of pressure on that one arm. That's why it's called one arm push-up. Kind of like you see guys do this, you know, and they're doing this number. We're going to do this, all right? Okay, we're going to do an alternating elbow plank. This is a cardio move. So you can you want to mat underneath your elbows or a towel. We're going to take, you can also, if you're going to be on your knees, like this, then you want to mat underneath your knees as well. Here, I'm going to demonstrate on my knees so you can see, and then I'll rise up to do on the toes. So we're going to go up, right, left. The right is called the lead, the left hand is called the follow. The lead hand is going to come back down into the elbow plank, the left follows. But notice how fast I'm going. It's a cardio move. I do 10 reps like that, and now I'm going to switch the lead hand. Did you notice that? Just like this. It goes all the way around the arms. Now you're up top. You start on elbow plank, toes are up. Then switch. There you go. Get your heart rate up. Now if you come up on, let's see, a side pike, I'm going to move into the abdominal wall. Extend my mat out. I'm going to demonstrate here, facing you on this. I am in between. I'm not lying down. This would be lying down flat, right? This would be completely on my side. We're not going to do a side crunch or a double leg side crunch. I just gave you a little pointer there. Instead, we're going to be on the gluteus medius, like the ball and socket area. Our hands are here. Up, above, overhead. Your feet are together and they're going to stay together for a double leg pike. I'm going to demonstrate a single pike. Arm extends out in front of you for base. Come up. The leg extends. Notice my bottom leg is bent. And they come and meet in the center. I'm working this guy right here. Okay, so now for a double, arms are gonna cross at the ankle so that it all stays together. I'm balancing on the gluteus medius and bringing it up. So side pike. Now we have a Pilates crunch. I'm going to show you different 3 variations on this. Okay, so we're going to lie down. The feet are going to come up in a 90-degree angle. Hands behind the head. Make sure the elbows point to the base boards. Don't round it, because once you round it, you're going to kind of shut down the abs. When you do this, you're pulling on the back. You're here, you're making the chest lift, and you're going to push the belly button into the floor. So we're here. Rotate the hips or the pelvic girdle. Here. Push the belly button into the spine. Hands behind your head. Your head is going to come up. Your chest is going to come up, and it's going to meet, your legs are going to meet your chest. Here. When your legs extend out, notice they stay parallel with the floor. Your torso goes back just a little bit, keeping the shoulders off the floor the whole time. Bring it in, push it out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pilates crunch. Now we're going to do variation of or up. Extend out into a V shape. The hands go out into a T. Here, the feet are going to be out like this. In a V shape as well. You're going to come in and grab behind the thigh. You're going to extend out and make a V. Arms extend. Then I'm going to turn slightly. So you can see. In. Extend out. Hold for 3 and bring it in. Variation there, we're going to alternate the leg. Instead of bending them back to the chest, when we extend out, we're going to drop one leg and one leg's going to come up. We're going to drop back with the chest and come up to meet the leg. Back and up. Notice I'm alternating. All right, so now we're moving on to the squat. I'm going to raise the camera. I'm going to show you. I'm going to step back. Start with a wide. Notice my shoulders here, my shoulders here. Pretty wide. So, show you close up. Now, feet are pointing outward. That will keep the pressure off the knees. Out. Your buttocks will squeeze a little bit. You go down, like a plie. In a way, a plie is more like, this. A wide plie. Here. You're going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Pulse it down, small pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Work the feet in. Notice they're now shoulder width apart. Here. And I'm going to go here, shoulder width apart. And we're going to go in. So we just for here, immediately follow it here. Shoulder width apart, we go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 5, squeeze, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, pulse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now my feet are completely together. I'm going to go down. Feet are together. 10, squeeze, 9, squeeze, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Awesome. Now, the variation of that is going to be a plyo move. Plyo move would look like this. We're going to go down. We're going to explode up, and then we're going to pulse. We're going to explode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The power move. We're here. And go right back into the explosion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Repeat. Here. Explode up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Explode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet together. And again, repeat. Down, explode. And then pulse it down, and then 10 more explosions. Variation number 2, you squat and come up on the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to see how my feet are. Here, feet are out, down, come up on the toe. Work in the calf, work in the back. Good arm, down, up, exhale. Exhale. So those are pretty intense, so they're great. This next one is a switch lunge. Here, front leg is bent, back leg is straight. You don't want this, you don't want pressure on your big toe. So we're going to keep it in a straight lunge. Here, we're going to drop down. The reason why we're going to drop down is because we're going to power through, switch the leg. Right? When you get to the last rep, you're going to pulse it down. Switch. Variation of that, what I just did, we're going to pulse first. 1, 2, and pump up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so on to the end. Now, with that one, what we're going to do, instead of doing power move number 2, what we're going to do is that our legs are going to go in a diagonal motion. Okay? Feet are going to go in diagonal motion. So here I am. Watch my feet. Here. Wide. Alright? Switch. I'm going to face you. You can see how wide. Wide. Down. Switch. 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 Notice they don't go back. They kind of come in to work inner thigh all the way around, right? So, excuse that telephone. Alright, so here we go. We have that one, which is power move. Now we're going to do kickbacks. Kickbacks, you know, karate, however you want to look at it. Squat. Bring the knee in. Kick back. Working the butt. Okay. In. Bring it here. Circle. Kick. Round it back in. Kick. Round it back in. Kick. If you need to stop here. Here. Boom. Back to squat. 1, 2. Okay? All the way up to your rest. Or, just like I just did, bring it in, knee comes here, my weight is in this leg, energy's through the heel, kick it back. And round it, keep rounding it back. What we're going to do for the power move, we're going to reverse that motion. I'm going to bring it here, kick it back, touch, bring it in, touch, back, touch, bring it in, touch, back, touch, bring it in, touch. All right, so now we're going to do side press out. Side press out, we have, you're in a nice squat here. Go diagonal, bring it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And switch after the 20 reps, 30 reps. 2. And it's on diagonal. I'm going to rotate my body so you can see. Diagonal. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go in that diagonal motion for variation number 1. Here, bring it across. I'm going to repeat the motion. Here we are. I'm going to show you from the front. Cross. Notice that my back stays flat. Nice, long, lean. Here. Notice I'm not rounding. Bring it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how my arms are straight? They're not in front. They're straight. Here. Bring it in. Very good. Very nice. Now, how this is going to work on the power move is that we're going to look at, number 1, instead of bringing the feet back together, we are going to, well, that was diagonal lunge, power it through across the chest. And 2, we're going to go back into a straight lunge here. Then we're going to go diagonal. Then we're going to power across. And then finish it back here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, across. Again, I'm going to face, going to diagonal here. Go straight back. We're in the lunge here. Back, out, cross. Back, out, cross. Back, cross. 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 Those are legs. Okay, so the second video I'm going to do is bonus that marathon runners use. So I'm going to stop.